Hello. Yeah, I just told you I've joined. Yeah, I'm there in the session. I spoke to you, no?
गडकरी का आना है उसमें, तो अभी आया नहीं। वो कहता है मेरा पहले पर्सनल वीडियो चलाओ, कहाँ बॉर्न हुआ था, क्या हुआ।
एरिया में सैलरी 35,000 लिखे ना, सिर्फ लिखे सैलरी
एज पर एक्चुअल। वो मुझे वो चटनी है, हरी चटनी।
अब हो गया।
sticks
Thank you. Mr. Agarwal, may I now request you to kindly kick off? I think we have our Infrastructure and Logistics Committee Chair and Co-Chair. So maybe we can spend 5-10 minutes in setting up the agenda. Over to you, please.
Yeah, we have Honorable Minister to join us in a short while. Meanwhile, as Dr. Singh suggested, we'll set the tone. So maybe we request Mr. Sudeep Bose, our National Expert Committee, to please discuss and update about the sector if you have any point here.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Vikas. Pleasure being with all of you here today. So while we'll wait for the Honorable Minister to join.
Sir Datta, if you could speak closer to the mic. Your
Yeah.
audio is quite low. Yeah.
Is this better now?
Maybe a little more closer to the mic.
Yeah, is this better now?
Yeah, it's out.
Okay. So thanks a lot. Absolutely pleasure being with all of you. So I think as we wait for the Honorable Minister to join, I think we could probably start off with discussing some of the to talk about or what are the questions that we could have. So I think the first thing that comes to my mind is at this point of time, what is on top of everyone's mind is India's dependence on fossil fuels. And I think the Honorable Minister has also been talking about this, that at this point of time, 80% of our crude oil is imported, which is devastating the foreign exchange, and also India's among the top 30 most polluted cities. India contributes 20. So all of that, a lot of that is due to the automobile emission. So I think this is one area in which the ministry has been able to see that over a period of time IC would completely be phased out. So I think one thing that we would probably like to know from him is to what is the transition process and is there a timeline to this? The second part, of course, is electric cars, which again is getting a big focus. We do understand that with technology, the cost of electric cars will be coming down, but there are still issues like charging infrastructure, portability of batteries, creating of a better ecosystem. So that would probably be something that we could discuss this. The IC automotive industry and the IC car typically has about 2,000 moving parts plus. So which means that there's a huge ancillary section which is dependent on the automotive industry as of now. As we move to electric car and to alternative vehicles, the transition of this industry would probably be very important. And it would be great to see the Honorable Minister's views on this. We also see and we also heard in the video that was played is the various measures being taken by the government to reduce logistic cost, and the Bharatmala Pariyojana is an enormous exercise that is being taken up by the government. It talks about some 26,000 kilometers of economic corridors. So the very important action today is we're gradually moving away from a point-to-point transportation solution to an economic solution. So the roads are no longer a medium of transporting goods and services. This is all about economic development, and I think that's an enormous shift in policy and strategy, which I think will really contribute to the economic development, and which improves the importance of transportation and logistics to the economy. Regarding the construction space, I do believe that the pace of construction has improved tremendously, and we did hear the minister saying a few days back that at this point of time we are having about 38 to 40 kilometers per road being constructed every day, which is a quantum jump in terms of what it used to be in a decade or so back. So that's encouraging, but there are still questions around land acquisition, compensation payment, prompt payment, body held a more amenable situation. The hybrid annuity model has really helped the PPP industry. But again, PPP probably at this point of time, the private investment is a little low because of the COVID scenario, but we really look at moving ahead on this. So I think these were some of the preliminary thoughts that I would thought of sharing, and probably we could continue to have the discussion. I'd be happy to chip in whenever possible.
May I now request Mr. Ashish Agarwal, the Logistic Co-Chair, to please, if you can tell us some of the logistic challenges. Is it any different, or like is there any, what betterment is there? Ashish, you want to?
Sure. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thanks, Prakash. I think Mr. Datta has given a very excellent overview of the infrastructure challenges that are being faced very ably, I think, by the current government, and the future challenge of greening the logistics industry. That's something that we will all, kind of suffer or enjoy with clean air. I would like to talk from a user perspective. I come from a family of transporters for the last 60 years. So as a user of highways, I think there's a phenomenal change in the last few years with a continuous digitalization of the actual transport activity. So I would say it started with the e-way bill, which is kind of a virtual representation of the movement of the goods, going to FASTag, which is not just a tolling system, but it's also a tracking system for the truck. And we look forward to more of this digitalization and data flows to happen in this ecosystem of logistics, so that there can be more standardization and automation of logistics. And this is particularly important when it comes to interchanges, when we talk about multimodal transport, moving goods from air to road or to sea or vice versa or riverine. The standardization and digitalization of the data, of the documents that are actually used in the transportation will go a long way in helping achieve the targets of reduced logistics cost, increase visibility, and contribute towards making us a more data-rich nation, which has its own various advantages we can't even forecast. So, yeah.
Thank you, Ashish. May I now request Ms. Sulekha Biani of GLN to add on infrastructure or in regulatory challenges?
Thank you, Vikas. Good evening, everyone. So basically 2 points from the infrastructure perspective. I think it's very important now that as an industry, we classify the warehousing and logistic industry as a category, because we have always been talking of the commercial category or the industrial category. So industry and warehouse and logistics are two different segments altogether, and the dynamics of both the segments are absolutely different. So it's very important that we have a classification of warehousing and logistic category, and we have some special incentivized way of approaching it, so that the operational challenges which now the developers and the end users are facing are addressed. And another point which I would want to add from this perspective also is that today is the time that we should start thinking about the multimodal logistics bugs. So it is not only about road transport that we should be talking about. We should be now talking about a place where we will have the road transport, the air transport, the train transport. Approximately the international data says that 46% of the load is through this internet, through road railways, whereas in India we are comparably very, very low. So it's very important that this segment is given priority, and it has to come in from the central team. And each state needs to have these multimodal portal everywhere. So I think these are the 2 points which, on the infrastructure perspective, because I would like to point out.
Absolutely. Maybe we can take it up with Honorable Mr. once he joins. With
Yeah,
this,
sure.
may I ask Mr. Rajesh Shah of VTrans to add his views on logistics issues, if any? Mr. Rajesh Shah?
Mr. Rajesh Shah is on mute.
Maybe we have Kanish Setia. Mr. Kanish, if you want to come forward, Mr. Setia, and I want to talk
Yes.
on the logistics.
Am I
You come
audible?
from a big logistic company. Yeah, quite audible.
Good evening, everyone. I don't know if I am visible to all of you. I can see all of you. Good evening, everyone.
You're not
Good
visible,
evening for
Kanish.
this.
We can hear you, but you're not visible.
I think it's something from the technical side, because I can see all of you. They are working on it. Anyways, not an issue at all. I'll put in my
You're
2
quite audible.
words.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll put in my 2 words. It's wonderful that we have this session. It's wonderful that the Honorable Union Minister will be joining us shortly. My dear friend Ashish, elaborated on this earlier. I think logistics as an industry and logistics as a sector is something which has deep importance now for our country going forward into the next 100 years. I think this is a sector which is going to add a lot of value, not only to the manufacturing and the service industry. It's a sector which is, ripe for a lot of young, intelligent, fresh blood to come in and do things slightly different from how it's been happening for age-old processes. So I look forward to this discussion going forward. Like Ashish said, and like the other respected members said earlier, the industry is going through some very turbulent times, with the diesel price having gone from 60 to 105, now down to 90. So it's a lot of variation that we are seeing. But now with the government taking the onus to control it and bring it down by almost 10 to 15 rupees state-wise, those effects are going to trickle down and it's going to really help the industry. So I must, thank the government for taking this positive step going forward. And I hope that they will keep giving, this positive intent for our industry. So much work has happened in the last 10 years, be it the dedicated freight corridors, be it the rail linkages, be it the highways. National highways has seen tremendous improvement and growth in the last 10 years particularly. And with the government taking the onus of launching the Gati Shakti project, which is basically multimodal logistics and improving the supply chain around it, which is my core area of competence or incompetence. So I think it's going to be a time in which we are going to see a lot of development in this industry, and it's going to be a time in which be able to grow this further. Hello. Hello.
Somebody needs to be on mute.
Yeah, yeah, now it's okay. Please go ahead.
Right. So, like I was saying, with the launch of the Gati Shakti, model which the government has done to focus on multimodal logistics, which is basically a combination of road and rail, road and river, road and ocean. It basically is going to bring about a paradigm shift into the way logistics is being done in our country. And the hope is that, the total logistics cost, which is hovering anywhere from 15 to 18% in our country, which is very high compared to developed economies. Once it comes down and this multimodal logistics is completely flowing, I think we will be down to sub 10%. If things are going the way they are, maybe in another decade, we'll be seeing a saving of 7 to 8% in the total logistics cost, which is phenomenal, So we are in the right steps, and I look forward to hearing the Honorable Union Minister, add his thoughts around this. And with that, I would like to hand over the mic to Vikas again. Thank you, Vikas. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Kanish. If anyone has more views on same, Siddhant, you want to add something here? Mr. Kaul? Saryaji?
Nothing much further, Vikas. I think these are all technical points. From a practical standpoint, we've talked a lot about road transport in terms of highways. But one area which perhaps we have left out is, and I don't know if it comes directly under his ministry, but the urban infrastructure of roads, that is a big choke point. That affects both, from an emissions and quality of air perspective, as well as a loss of time perspective. And, in terms of enabling a city, the cities are now fairly large. And for the older cities, which are perhaps trapped into older development patterns, we need to find ways of, either park and ride systems or, have some way of, for consumers of transport to get to work quickly, to get to, out of the city quickly, get around the city quickly. And that is something which, I think we should see. He's a guy who thinks out of the box. So if he can apply his thinking,
Absolutely,
this problem, it may prove to be interesting.
Yeah, I think the Ministry of Urban has several programs around mobility. So I think, yes, we could probably request the Transportation Ministry also to coordinate with the urban to be more effective. So there are a lot of programs that are being run under the Ministry of Urban Development. But yes, the problems of urban cities are much higher than outside. So I think that's a great point to be taken.
Mr. President, Vikas, I would like to submit that a lot have been said about the logistics, and a passing reference was only made in terms of river transport. So the cheapest mode of transport is the river transport. I do not know whether it comes within the purview of the minister, but he did speak about Sagar Mela and Mela in a big way. So river navigation has already taken a very important view in terms of Indian ministry, and Mr. Sonwal is directly looking after the shipping ministry. So this is something which we would like to take. As far as road is concerned, there is a lot of
Mr. Datta, if you could mute your audio.
sorry, there's some echo sound is coming.
Please go ahead. Please go. Now it's
fine
okay.
now, Satyajit.
Please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
So there's been a lot of focus attention to the Northeast, but nevertheless, I find that while many other states are have got the focus, but Assam is still not being focused on. Particularly the highway between Dibrugarh to Guwahati is very much ignored, and it takes a long time. It doesn't look like the highway which other part of the country is. So it's a very specific thing. I do not know whether we should take up at this level with the minister or not. Thank you, sir.
Northeast, we have logistic challenges and we have connectivity challenge. Later on 24th, we have Mr. Tiraj Scindia also, aviation minister. So, of course, we'll talk about Northeastern connectivity there, that our focus is there. With this, may I
Vikas,
now
if
request-
I could come in and just put in my
Yeah,
2
please.
cents on river transportation, if that's okay.
Yeah, yes, please.
So
Agree.
Maheshji, you have raised a very pertinent point, sir. A lot of work has actually gone into the riverine transportation, especially in the last 10 years. There is a huge agreement that we have with our neighbor, which is Bangladesh, which is known as the Indo-Bangla Protocol route, which has been used, for moving these barges, which run anywhere from 350 upwards to 1500 metric tons. And earlier, there used to be movement only of over-dimensional consignments for projects, going out from East India towards Bangladesh. But over the years, it has developed more into a business in which you see a lot of, aggregates, chemicals, food grains, even containers moving now through the Indo-Bangla Protocol route. The Indo-Bangla Protocol route connects about 8 different points in Bangladesh with India. You can reach the length and breadth of Bangladesh, and the protocol route allows its users to use Bangladesh as a transit to get to Agartala as well. So a lot of movement into Northeast is also possible through Bangladesh. I have worked on several projects like this. Similarly, the government has done a lot of work on, using the rivers, the major rivers as national highways. They've been deemed as national highways. So you can move goods conceivably from Calcutta to Guwahati, Patna, Banaras, what have you. So the river Ganga has been used extensively for this, and it's improving every year, sir. So, the riverine movement is improving every year. I must also add that the coastal movement also has seen tremendous growth in our country over the last decade, connecting the West Coast with the East Coast, connecting Indian ports with, Sri Lankan ports, Burma. So the work has been tremendous, both on the coastal front as well as in the riverine front. And I'm very hopeful that going forward, this movement will keep on increasing. It will reduce the pressure on the road networks and the rail networks, and at the same time, give us a viable alternative. So that's something which is work in progress, and a lot of work is happening around it. I just wanted to add that for Maheshji's interest.
Thank you very much for sharing, sir. You will be perhaps, it's a matter of maybe surprise that this entire thing is happening because of ICC. We made a representation in 2009 to Sheikh Hasina, and that was the starting point of the river navigation, and it has taken so many years, but it has come through. And now in the BBIN, it's not only the Northeast, but entire Bangladesh, Northeast, including the Bhutan and Nepal, is likely to be connected. And we are now, the government is working in terms of export to Nepal or import by Nepal or Bhutan without touching India on the transport at the Haldia port itself, and moving the goods to Varanasi and towards Raxaul and other places. So those things are happening, but nevertheless, we need to focus right up to Dibrugarh, which used to be there. Now it is only up to Guwahati. Actually, it is up to Jogigopa, but we were looking forward to up to Dibrugarh, this river navigation to take place.
Thank you, Sariji. Thank you, Ganesh. We have a little time before Honorable Mr. will joining us shortly. Meanwhile, we have Mr. Chandar Mancharmani, our tourism chair, with us as well. Chandarji, if you want to talk on tourism, like any challenges in terms of transport, you have surface transport.
With the new
Yeah.
now with the COVID, after the COVID, the major problem which we are facing is that many people are traveling by road now. Road in the sense, not the highway only, which we are talking about. We are talking about within the city connectivity to the tourist places, which is a major issue kind of a thing. I'll go further, like if there is a big demand these days about the homestay also these days, but then getting into a homestay is a challenge kind of a thing. So my request to the Honorable Minister will be to, yes, the highways are very, very important, but the connectivity within the state and right up to the places where there are a lot of adventure places, like say in Uttarakhand, where the connectivity is very, very poor, by road I'm talking about. And there are places also, the tourist places, where the connectivity is very poor. So if we can work it out, maybe we can, as a tourism body, we can put in a proposal, which are the areas which needs to be connected, keeping in view now the most of the people are traveling by road. That is the one request I like to make it to the Honorable Minister.
Thank you so much. Honorable Minister should be joining us in next 5 to 10 minutes by 7:20, I believe, what I've been told. Meanwhile, request Mr. MC Thomas to brief us on the logistics in Odisha, what is done by ICC and RITS. Mr. Thomas, if you want to come and share the report on same.
I think Mr. Thomas has some
Meanwhile-
network issue.
Yeah.
Maybe we can
So
go to the
Odisha-
next one in the
There's
meantime.
rain today, so probably yes. Maybe if we
Yeah,
can
so
request
Thomas,
our
if I can
speakers,
come
like-
in, Dr. Singh.
Yeah, yes, please. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Thomas has joined. Yeah.
Yeah, so just one small point, there is a huge amount of disparity in the freight rates between different places. If you see, while there is a national rate, if you look at the Orissa locally, there are very different rates. So I think if something can be done to standardize or help standardize this, it will make us far more competitive. Because today a material can come from China to a port in India cheaper than from a plant in India, Eastern India, to a port in South or West of India. So I think this is something which we can work on, which will make all the industries more competitive. Thank you.
Mr. Thomas, if you want to brief on the RITES study, what we have done along with ICC.
I will request Mr. Pani to.
Actually, he's having network issues.
Okay. Okay. So we are actually planning a logistics white paper, which is kind of a comprehensive roadmap for the entire logistics options for Orissa. We are getting rights to do it, and there is a lot of support from the government of Orissa also, and a lot of industry participation in defining the scope, etc. We are just about signing off that with the support of the government, and it will also include all sorts of logistics options for Orissa. Thank you.
We have little time to go. Meanwhile, maybe we can request our speakers to tell us about 2 or 3 brief points, the immediate change they want to see, like in short term. Like what you expect from the government for. Request Mr. Datta, if you want to go first.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's been a lot of discussion on inland waterways. There's also a lot we're talking about Uttarakhand tourism. I think on that there has been several ropeway projects that have been on the pipeline for many years, which could actually not only transport, but also make this as an interesting destination. Somehow what we find is many of these projects, and because those projects are being proposed on a PPP framework, and it is very difficult to get into a PPP framework unless there is a proper feasibility study done. Which is why probably those projects have not been taken up. So maybe some of those projects we are taken by the government and then given out on a private partner would be pretty much useful in triggering off the tourism part. I like the second part, I think, is yes, the tourism post-COVID, I think, is going through a huge amount of demand, which is suddenly happening. And the focus of people has been on going to areas which are slightly off the normal route, which is why the pressure on reaching on the last milestone is also effective. And this will probably continue. So I think that would be also a good idea to chart out those destinations which are safe, which are eco, which are in forest, which are offbeat, which the tourist specific preferences would continue, and how we can connect them much better. I think that could be probably something that will emerge out post COVID. And I think the shifting, and once people get used to using the road for tourism purposes, I think we start enjoying this. It will probably be almost an irreversible process. So tourism on the highways would also be an important part. And as a tourist, you would not want to get stuck with. So I think the Honorable Minister is already here. So
we'll start our official session.
Sir, good evening. Welcome to you. Should we start? Thank you. So I request President to kindly start.
Now, sir, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, Honorable Minister of Road Transport and Highways, Government of India, to today's virtual annual session of the Indian Chamber of Commerce. Elijah Cummings, one of the most well-known US House of Representatives and a key member of the Committee of Transportation and Infrastructure in the Obama government, famously said, "Our decision about transportation determine much more where roads or bridges or tunnels will be built. They determine the connections and barriers that people will encounter in their daily lives, and thus how hard or easy it will be for people to get where they need and want to go." I remember reading this a few days back and how I could immediately associate the essence of this thought with what our Honorable Minister, Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, has been doing all for our country. Sir, you set in motion the process for holistic sustainable development of India. The Green National Highway Corridor is set to foster interstate economic integration through a pan-India web of regional business hubs, 35 multimodal logistic parks, 50 economic corridors, 10 international stations currently being developed will provide the industry access to world-class plug-and-play infrastructure and efficient connectivity. Sir, you also introduced the first ever vehicle scrappage policy in India and the new FASTag policy. We also know, sir, that sustainability is close to your heart, from the Namami Gange project to the current waste to wealth policy and inland waterways. You have shown us that green growth is attainable for India. Sir, we are grateful to you for sharing your invaluable time with us today, and we are all eager to hear from you. Thank you once again, Honorable Minister. Over to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Vikash Agarwal, President, ICC.
Okay, sir.
Mr. Pradeep Surekha, Senior Vice President. Mr. Mehut Mohanka, Vice President. Dr. Rajiv Singh, Director General. Distinguished dignitaries, invitees, and all my dear friends. I am delighted to be virtually with you all at the annual session of the Indian Chamber of Commerce this year. The Indian Chamber of Commerce has been a leading national chamber since pre-independence days, and I wish you all the very best on your annual session 2021. I also convey my best wishes to Mr. Vikash Agarwal, President, and Mr. Pradeep Surekha, incoming President, and I am also told that ICC will be entering into their 100 years by 2024. Today, it is my pleasure to deliver an address on the theme Empowering India, today for tomorrow, where the adoption of cutting-edge technology, innovations, and digitalization will lead to all inclusive and sustainable development in the country. In the journey of Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav, we are standing at a turning point where our government is taking concrete steps towards building a tomorrow which is far more vibrant, Atmanirbhar, and climate resilient than our today. We all must be aligned with the commitment made by our Honorable Prime Minister recently at the COP26 summit to achieve the target of net zero emissions or a carbon neutral country by the year 2070. This is a challenge which calls for a joint effort from all stakeholders, particularly the private sector. Our central focus areas for Bharat at 75 are growth drivers, infrastructure, inclusion, and governance. Infrastructure development plays an important role in the fulfilling the vision of India in becoming a $5 trillion economy in the next 5 years. The decision-making process in this sector has to be very transparent, time-bound, result-oriented, and corruption-free. This will help us to contain time delays and project cost overruns. A well-developed infrastructure improves the level of economic activities, creates additional fiscal space by improving the revenue base of the government, and ensures the quality of expenditure focus on productive areas. State-wise lockdown due to COVID-19 has led to some delays in the implementation of infra project in the country. I'm happy to tell you that we are now gradually getting over the hump. The government has given a massive push the economy by allocating about rupees 111 lakh crore through the National Infrastructure Pipeline to be invested until 2025, where 20 lakh crore is allocated to the road infrastructure sector. To expedite the integrated and holistic infra development, the government has recently launched the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. The Gati Shakti Master Plan will provide the framework for the NIP program and is aimed at making Indian products more competitive by cutting down the logistic cost and improving the supply chains. The road infrastructure plays a critical role in the growth of the Indian economy, as 70% of the goods and nearly 90% of the passenger traffic uses the road network to commute. Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, we have made a world record of constructing 38 kilometers of road in a day. This was all possible due to collective team spirit and a focused goal. The National Highway Authority of India is AAA rating company, and we have chalked out a plan for monetizing the existing highway assets for infra capital generation. Roads have the target share in the national monetization plan at 26% with a target of 1.6 lakh crore every 4 years, over 4 years. Out of this, approximately rupees 25,000 crore has already been realized. Implementing alternate instruments like monetization of existing asset has been challenged through InvIT, toll operate transport, TOT, and SPV formation for enabling wider investor participation. The model concession agreement for BOT toll projects have been amended to address investor concerns, which includes better projects and preparedness, revenue protection, and cash flow management. Similarly, for hybrid annuity model projects, we allowed 100% equity disinvestment after 6 months of construction completion, and the interest rate has been linked to a more realistic market rate. We have also removed the requirement of EMD for bidding of new tenders to enable more industry players to participate in highway construction, and the system of the omnibus guarantee is already in place. We are now allowing 100% FDI in the road sectors, and domestic investors also have the opportunity for joint ventures. There is huge potential and economic viability for investment through insurance funds, pension funds, and sovereign wealth funds, and we have offered tax incentives also. There will be a good return. We have also relaxed technical and financial eligibility criteria for bidders and optimizes the project packages size to expedite the work. The land acquisition process has also been expedited through digitalization, and we are streamlining the environmental and forest clearance process across all authorities. My ministry is constructing 65,000 kilometers of national highways under the Bharatmala Phase 1 and 2. And we have a plan to develop around 35,000 kilometer highway under Bharatmala Phase 1, with an overall capital expenditure of rupees 10 lakh crore. 20,000 kilometers of this is already under construction. The government is expeditiously working towards the development of a national highway network of 2 lakh kilometers by 2025. We are developing 22 greenfield access control expressways. Additional 8,500 kilometer expressway have also been planned to develop in near future. I have recently inspected the work currently underway on the rupees 1 lakh crore Delhi-Mumbai Access Control Expressway, and it is 1,350 kilometers long and 12-lane greenfield expressway. This will be a first of its kind engineering marvel and will be the longest expressway in the world. Besides cutting travel time and fuel cost, it will bring socio-economic development to the regions. Reducing logistic costs to below 10% of GDP is at the top of the agenda, so the government is developing integrated inland waterways, air connectivity, and road network at large. We are developing 35 multimodal logistic parks and aligned ecosystem like warehouses, cold storages across the country. Towards the green initiatives, we are encouraging the installation of solar panels, rainwater harvesting, and artificial groundwater recharge systems along the highway. Under the Green Highway Mission, the government is carrying out tree plantation and transplantation along the national highway, where longer participation of the local communities, farmers, NGOs, and private sector is expected. To utilize the benefit of huge investment in infrastructure, the private sector can invest in building logistic parks, smart cities, and industrial parks along the corridors. The use of advanced technology would ensure stagnant enforcement of traffic rules and efficient and safe traffic operations. Today, India is becoming the largest EV market for electric two-wheelers, three-wheelers, and cars. We are taking special efforts toward the development of low-cost indigenous battery technologies. Startups and new entrants in the EV industry are performing well over the traditional auto players. The government is strongly encouraging solar and wind energy-based charging infrastructure for mobility. NHAI has been mandated to develop EV charging infrastructure at wayside amenities along the highways to promote and facilitate electric mobility. In the next 5 years, it is planned to develop wayside amenities at 600 locations, all of which will have the necessary EV charging infrastructure. Along with EVs, we are specifically giving importance to alternative fuel and biofuels such as bioethanol, methanol, bio-CNG, LNG, and green hydrogen. We are looking at a cleaner and greener economy. The private sector players can attain a definite cost advantage by adopting their construction equipments, machinery, and diesel trucks to run on biofuels. We are also ready to welcome investment in technologies that run on biofuels and alternative fuels, compatible engines such as flex engines, hybrid engines, and we are committed to delivering flex engines soon that give the users an option to run on either 100% petrol or 100% bioethanol. Our Prime Minister has recently launched 300% ethanol pumps, and the Petroleum Ministry is now promoting the setting up of dispensing units by private entities. LNG has an extremely promising future in the country, and it is gaining prominence as a fuel of choice for long-haul transport. I have inaugurated India's first commercial LNG pump as a fuel, and LNG has good economics. The cost of conversion of an old diesel truck is rupees 10 lakh, which can be recovered in 295 days with an average of 5 km per kg average. Our government has invited all private companies, including PSUs, to work in the sector where they can even import LNG. Another area where investor can look into is the retrofitment industry for converting older gasoline vehicles into electric or CNG or LNG. A large number of commercial vehicles, trucks, and buses are needed to be converted into alternative fuel and compatible engine vehicle and affordable cost. We are working on the shift of public transport, logistic, construction, and agricultural equipment on 100% clean, green, and affordable fuels. We are also looking for prospects about green hydrogen as a potential source of energy across the various sectors like fertilizer, steel, mining, and mobility industries. You can invest in technologies for electrolyzers, production, storage, and transportation of green hydrogen. The recently launched vehicle scrapping policy in India is aimed at extracting maximum value out of old vehicles based on the world's best global practices. There is a need to establish a large number of vehicle scrapping units and a scrap recycling industry in the country. In the next 5 years, we aim to make India's automotive sector the #1 in the world. This will lead to large-scale employment generation. Our step towards a cleaner energy will help to curb India's crude imports, which now stand at around rupees 8 lakh crore annually. We are also working on more sustainable transport system like broad gauge metro rail, ropeway, cable car, funicular rail, and road train bus. There is a huge opportunity for the private sector to participate through investment in the public transport system, especially in the hill states of the country, which have a huge demand for electric transport systems like ropeways, cable cars. The new public transport models like Hyperloop, seaplanes, pod, and drone taxis are also gaining interest in the country. Investment in mobility technologies is very much welcome. For national security and remote area connectivity, my ministry has taken up tunnel projects of more than 2 lakh crores, and the use of tunnel sharp technology, surveying techniques, and demolition waste management is the challenge for us. Under the Act East policy, today Northeast, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and Southeast Asia are also being connected through road, rail, and airways infrastructures. The state capitals of all northeastern states shall get connectivity by 4-lane national highway or 2-lane alternate alignment by 24-25. With high standards of quality, we are seeking the use of innovation technologies and materials in road construction. My objective is to reduce the use of cement and steel in construction activities. Any sustainable material and technology in place need to be adopted to save the cost of construction by large. My ministry has been focusing on the use of waste material like plastic, rubber, flash, iron slag to save the ecology and environment. We are seeking appropriate technology for their cost-effective use of construction. Our efforts are towards steady transformation of India's digital infrastructure as well. With nationwide campaign like Digital India, we are also working to promote the growth of technology startups and enterprises. With greater participation from the private sector and increased government spending, opportunities for investors in the country's supply chain are on the increase. Our focus is on time-bound, qualitative, cost-effective, and sustainable infra development in the country. As India looks forward to matching developed countries like the USA and Europe in terms of road connectivity in the coming 2 to 3 years, the wholehearted involvement of the private sector is very much required. I would like to take this opportunity to request you to participate financially and on the technological front in the fast-track infrastructure development of our nation. As a leading chamber, we expect ICC members to play a key role in the nation building with proactiveness and faith. Our government is very supportive, flexible, time-bound, and transparent towards the ease of doing business ecosystem in the country. We are ready to hear your queries, suggestions, problems, and we are here to support you. With these few words, I once again thank the Indian Chamber of Commerce for providing me this platform to share my perspectives, and I wish all a safe, healthy, and prosperous life ahead. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Dhanyavad.
Sir, thank you. Sir, thank you for sharing your vision, thoughts, and insights with us. I'm sure all of us have learned a lot about our government's infrastructure plans. Indian government's commitment to build modern infrastructure under your leadership for the 21st century at a pace never seen before is palpable, it's commendable. Sir, our government has set ambitious infrastructure targets. We as industry and as a chamber are keen to support and participate in all your initiatives, sir. Sir, with this, if you have time, if you can give us some time, if you can, our members want to ask few questions, 2, 3 questions.
You asked me 2 or
Or
3 questions.
maybe we can. So maybe may I request Mr. Sudeep Datta, our national expert chair for infrastructure, to please go
Good
ahead.
evening, Honorable. Good evening, Honorable Minister. It's always a pleasure hearing you. I think the biggest change in focus has been that it's not about roads and highways, it's about economic development. Sir, I think there is a tremendous focus in the government of moving towards non-fossil fuel, and electrification and electric car is one key area of focus. I think you have also been talking about a time period by which the IC vehicles would be phased out. So we had 2 questions around this. One is on the electric vehicle side. I think we suggest that the standardization of EV vehicles would help in portability and help in better acceptance of EVs in the personal space. And the second question was on the transition. Is there a transition, because there'll be a lot of disruption that would happen. So is there a target date in which IC vehicles will not be registered, or is there a timeline for implementing transition from IC to non-fossil fuels?
My problem is that we are very clear about it. Actually, we are not going to stop anything. Actually, some of the section of media, I don't know how you receive this information. Particularly, our approach is to encourage electric, ethanol, bio LNG, then green hydrogen, and alternative fuel, particularly the biofuels. Actually, we are planning it is in the interest of the need of the country, that diversification of agriculture towards energy and power sector. We are surplus in wheat, rice, sugar, and corn. Now we can supply rice to whole world. This much rice is surplus with us. And that is the reason that our MSP is high and the market price is less. So that is the reason now we're encouraging the farmers and industry to make ethanol from rice, from corn, from wheat, from food grain. And that can be a great alternative where we can support the agriculture, and as far as creating more employment potential, and actually we protect the interest for Green India, because the ethanol is a green fuel. The other important thing is we have ethanol from sugarcane juice, molasses, and BAB molasses. So 100% we have a lot of agriculture in the area, particularly Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra. We have surplus sugar is available. In the international market in Brazil, the sugar rate is 22, 23 rupees per kg. And Indian market, it comes to 32 rupees per kg. So this time it is the appropriate time for the policymaker to take the decision to create ethanol in place of sugar. Because where sugar requirement is 350 lakh ton and the sugar production is 410 lakh ton. So this surplus sugar is a big problem. So this is a decision, a conscious decision, that our agriculture, for giving support to agriculture, that diversification of agriculture towards energy and power, and particularly ethanol, is the main thing. Now I'm telling you that in Brazil, USA, and Canada, there are the flex engine. All Mercedes, BMW, Toyota, all the people, they are all brands present in Brazil, US, and Canada, the flex engine. It's a very simple technology. Only one of the filter from Bosch company and they are changing some washers with the rubber in place of metal, and some small things are there. And the cost is as long as same in all these 3 countries. So the flex engine now, the Toyota, Hyundai, and Suzuki Maruti are ready to launch this vehicle, where the petrol rate is 100 more than 120 rupees, 15 rupees per liter, and the ethanol rate is 60 to 65 rupees per liter. So it is to be a saving to the consumer. They will get the great advantage because of the price is there. The other important thing is ethanol is a green fuel. And as far as the pollution is concerned, it can also save the pollution. And now we want to introduce the flex engine car, even a flex engine two-wheeler or three-wheeler with hybrid electricity. You know that the Camry from Toyota, that is hybrid, petrol and electricity 40%. On the same technology, you can use 100% bioethanol with electricity. So this can be a great thing for the country. And already we are now going to launch this. And I'm confident that this is going to save our imports. Presently, our imports are of 8 lakh crores. And next 5 years, it will go up to 25 lakh crores. Still, the pollution is a big concern. You are all people who are in the Delhi, we are facing the problem. What type of pollution because of that? What type of health problem we are facing? So this is the time that we need to encourage green fuels. Even I'm trying to use 50% ethanol in aviation fuel also. Already Brazil is using that. So this type of new technology, new innovation, new research is the 100% economic strength for the country. Our strategy is import substitute, cost effective, pollution prevent intelligence. Regarding electric vehicle, now you just understand if for the petrol vehicle, for example, the cost is 10 rupees per kilometer. For diesel is 7 rupees and for electric is 1 rupees. But the cost of the electric vehicle is high. But now presently we have reduced the GST on e-vehicle and there are some concessions regarding registration and other thing. Now we don't need to make it mandatory. Now the all new brands, big company, all type of models, they are going to launch on electric. Now the problem is that so cost is high because the number is less, volume is less. But I am confident, I'm telling you with a responsibility that I'm expecting within 2 years, after 2 years, the cost of petrol vehicle, two-wheeler, three-wheeler and four-wheeler will be equal to the electric vehicle. And that is maintenance free, cost effective, no pollution, and electricity is indigenous fuel. And the idea is we are making electricity from wind power and solar power and hydropower. Now the 38% in our grid, total electricity which we require, out of 38% is solar. So we are moving fast towards solar, wind and hydropower, the green power. My suggestion is 100% we will succeed in this mission because our Prime Minister has already declared the goal and which is very important for the country. So electric, we don't to make anything mandatory. I'm confident that next time when you are going to purchase your car, 100% you are going to purchase electric car because the cost will be same as long as petrol and whose saving will be there on the cost of the fuel. So we don't need to market idea. You are going to purchase it. So we are not making anything mandatory. Now the things are moving fast. Even the electric trucks are coming, electric tractors are coming. And my idea is in construction equipment machinery also, we want to use it as biodiesel, bioethanol and electric and green hydrogen. I am telling you that green hydrogen is the future. Now next month I am taking one car on green hydrogen and I'm going to use it to giving indication to the people that this can be possible. So there is no problem. Wastewater is available all over the country in municipal corporation. By using solar power, the cost is very less because the 70% cost in green hydrogen is power. By using solar power, the power cost will be less than 2 rupees. And using the water free of charge from sewage water, we can make a very, very cheap electrolyzer and we can divide it into hydrogen and oxygen and we can get the green hydrogen from that. Now already startups are working, making storage of hydrogen and other thing. I'm confident that this is the future. So there are all new options are open. The innovation, entrepreneurship, science, technology, research, skill, and successful practices, we name it as a knowledge and conversion of knowledge into wealth is the future. My dream is to make Indian automobile sector as the #1 manufacturing sector in the world Presently, the size of the sector is 7.5 lakh crore. And idea is to make it up to 15 lakh crore. And this is the sector which is already create maximum employment potential in the country. This is a sector which is giving maximum revenue to the government. And if it going up to the 15 lakh crore, we have a good export potential by which we can make our economy strong and fulfill the dream of Prime Minister making India Atmanirbhar Bharat. So these are the line we don't want to make anything mandatory. I'm confident people will choose that because it is ultimately win-win situation for all the stakeholders. So that is exactly the people are giving good response. Now the increase in the sale of electric two-wheelers, electric four-wheelers, electric auto rickshaw is 140%, 160% in spite of COVID period. So people are giving good response. There is a huge increase. So I feel that we don't to make anything mandatory. We are also searching from a lot of new technology and encouraging the people. And that is exactly the dream of our Prime Minister. And I'm confident that we will be succeed in this mission.
Thank you so much for your insight. That was quite encouraging. Sir, if you have time, can we go for one more question? Can we take one more question?
The last question you can ask.
Yes, thank you, sir. Mr. Ashish Agarwal from ABC. Ashish, want to go next, please?
Namaskar, sir. I want to start by thanking you. I represent the road transport industry, and I tried to make a short list of how many things you have personally gotten done for the industry that are a boon. Starting from, of course, the highways, but the automated tolls, upgraded commercial vehicle norms, formalization of hydraulic trailer rules, MSME registration. The list goes on. And I know I'm not alone in my industry to know that with you in charge, we always feel that our problems will be heard and a very innovative, effective solution will come. So thank you very much, sir. And the question I had today was about intelligence in all the various things you were talking about, that non-standardization is a major impediment in the logistics business. So whether it's documents like LR, CN, etc. So a lot of this automation of information flows has been enabled by the e-way bill and also by FASTag. And so I wanted to hear from you, what is the roadmap of making this data even more available to participants in the industry? And also, what are your views on how to improve the quality of workforce in our industry?
Actually, we have some Supreme Court decisions regarding sharing of data and other things. There are some problems. But my idea, actually, my personal opinion is we need to open it to the people by and large, because in the interest of the society. But there are some legal barriers by which we are facing the problem. As far as the technology is concerned, everywhere we are using the technology. Now the idea is by using satellite and GPS system in every car and truck, our planning is there will be no toll nakas. So in your bank account directly, there will be money will be subtracted as far as the whatever where your entry point and where you just whatever the how much kilometer you run it, on the basis of that only it will charge, and the total system will be digitalized. So idea is to want to make it using more technology in the system, even in the making DPR, making construction, making accidental, particularly the road safety and making encroachment on the roads. Everywhere we are using drone technology now. So everywhere we are encouraging the technology and we are taking the help from the competent people about it. Our department, everywhere, our idea is to increase the innovation and particularly in road construction. It is a really important task for me that the cost of construction is very high. Without compromise with the quality of construction, my idea is to save the cost of construction, use of different materials, waste materials, particularly rubber, iron slag, plastic, then soil stabilization we are using, then the steel fiber, particularly the waste tire. You can get the rubber bitumen from rubber powder that can be used in rubberized bitumen. And from that wire, with steel fiber, we can use in precast. Actually, the technology which we adopted from Malaysia, that distance between the two pier is in Indian scenario, it is 30 meters. But in Malaysia, they have now tested the technology. You can go up to 120 meters. So there is a 30 to 40% cost saving. So everywhere I am very much interested to use of steel and cement. We want to reduce. We want to use carbon steel. We want to use the alternative of cement also. So everywhere we are encouraging the new innovators, research people, startup, that without compromise with the quality, if you can give us the solutions, we can think about it. And fortunately, the one thing is very, very good in India. There are a lot of young, talented engineers, IT professionals doing excellent jobs in research. And they are giving good proposal as far as the startup is concerned. Even the e-vehicle, lot of people are making e-vehicles. Now, 250 startups are making two-wheelers. That is going to reduce the cost. And they have got the good technology, good innovation. So this competition is going to be helpful for the consumer. So these are the new innovations. Everywhere our idea is to accept the new suggestions, new good technology, and whatever the best successful practices in the whole world. We are open for that, and we will encourage all your new innovations, research, and suggestions. If anyone can give us, we are very much transparent, time bound, and we are very open for that.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, we have a lot of suggestions and questions from members which we will share from your good office. Sir, we have a wonderful session with you today. I firmly believe that road building has to go hand in hand with investing in technology to reduce emissions, including electric and hybrid vehicles, and the charging network to make electric cars viable. These will be the key initiatives towards empowering India today for a better tomorrow. I take this opportunity to laud our government's ambitious plan and sir, wish you and your ministry the very best in all your endeavors. Thank you so much, sir, again. And now request our senior VP, Mr. Pradeep Sureka, to please offer the vote of thanks. Over to you, Mr. Sureka.
Thank you, Vikas. Good evening, sir. It is an honor for me to deliver the formal vote of thanks at the end of this very engaging session, a very informative session. It is not the first time I've heard you. I've heard you a number of times, and I always go back thinking, encouraged to do more and more for the nation. And I saw that little video where you said, nation first, party second, I'm third. So that's a motto which, sir, it is so encouraging. You are known as the infrastructure man. You are known as the man with the vision, a delivery man, a man who is so committed to India's growth, a green growth. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing this valuable time for us and honoring us with your vision for India 75 and also, of course, for the 5 trillion economy. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I look forward to seeing you on 24th morning with our session with Mr. Jyotiraj Scindia at 9:30 a.m. on 24th October. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.